first Thursday night football game had the Denver Broncos in it. Remember, we were there in Kansas City. So it's fitting that Pat Bowlen is going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's great for him and his family and his. Yeah. And then Tom, this Patriots team coming on the field here today. He's the first member of the dynastic Patriots, certainly the first member of the early part of it. You know, obviously Randy Moss can be considered part of it. But he did not win a Super Bowl with the Patriots. He's the first member of the dynastic Patriots to go in. Part reason why is because Brady and Belichick and Vinatieri are still doing it. But, I mean, with Seymour out there and Willie McGinnis, our guy who I think should go in, obviously. Ty Law is the first one to go in.
And also, I want to say this, Rich. We got to stop doing what we're doing with these wide receivers as far as the Hall of Fame goes. Isaac Bruce is certainly a Hall of Famer. And at the time he retired, he was second in yards, fifth in receptions. It's the same thing that happened to Art Monk. At the time he retired, he was second in reception and fourth in yards, and he waited 8 years. T.O. should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know what's going on with the voters when it comes to wide receivers, but whatever it is, they need to stop it. I mean, really stop it. There's no reason Isaac Bruce should not be having a gold jacket right now.
We're off and running here on Super Sunday. It was a great night at honors. Obviously, we're expecting a great day here today in this beautiful stadium in downtown Atlanta.
Coming up, it's the 9th Super Bowl for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, and the first for Jared Goff and Sean McVay. But does that experience really give New England an edge? Plus,
sometimes I'll tune them out. Sometimes it's a lot of really good stuff, and most time it is.
Sean McVay and Jared Goff break down the X's and O's with Kurt for a rare inside look at the Rams' dynamic offense. That's next on NFL Game Day Morning.
You don't get to be the most awarded SUV brand ever without the luxurious craftsmanship of Jeep Grand Cherokee, the fuel efficiency of Jeep Cherokee, the legendary capability of Jeep Renegade, or the innovative technology of Jeep Compass. So it's no wonder Jeep Wrangler was named 2019 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. And that's why more people are joining the Jeep family than any other brand.
Support your favorite college at Fanatics.com, the largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Wireless for $15 a month. That's not right.
It's right, all right. Carpet showers? That's not right.
That's not right.
Neither is the way you get wireless. Mint Mobile took what's wrong with wireless and made it right. We're easy, online, and just $15 a month. Get your plan today at mintmobile.com.
90% of us don't brush long enough. Around half don't brush twice a day. And 75% brush with old, worn-out bristles. The Quip electric toothbrush fixes that. It has timed sonic vibrations that aren't like a jackhammer, a nifty cover for brushing on the go, and a wireless design that mounts to mirrors. We also deliver brush heads and supplies from $5. Choose an electric toothbrush accepted by the American Dental Association. Shop Quip from $25 and get your first refill free at getquip.com/star.
You've got your own car with your own insurance.
An electric toothbrush accepted by the American Dental Association. Shop Quip from $25 and get your first refill free at getquip.com/star.
No. You've got your own car with your own insurance.
At Safeway Auto Glass, we know that when you're spending time with the grandkids,
Shop Quip from $25
every minute
and get your first refill free.
And you don't have time for a cracked windshield. That's why at SafeLight, we'll show you exactly when we'll be there with a replacement you can trust. Well done, sir. Looks great. Thanks for choosing SafeLight. Thank you. Bye. Saving you time so you can keep saving the world.
SafeLight Repair. SafeLight Repair.
Unbelievable game winner. Looking for the long ball. Touchdown. How about this performance?
This year, the script has completely flipped.
If you ball, you get the call.
Good Morning Football is live from Atlanta all Super Bowl week.
We all we got, we all we need.
With wall-to-wall Super Bowl talk.
It is heating up here.
He is a postseason monster.
Good Morning Football, live from Atlanta, tomorrow at 7, only on NFL Network.
Okay. It's been so long since the Los Angeles Rams were in a Super Bowl. Last time they took a bus to a stadium, it probably was leaded gas. Omar Ruiz is at the hotel for the Rams, where they'll depart at some point during our program.
Hey, Rich. Like Tom Brady was once inspired by Joe Montana growing up in the Bay Area, Jared Goff told me that Brady was one of the quarterbacks he wanted to be like growing up in the Bay Area because of the Super Bowl wins. The bigger the stage for Goff, the steelier his poise. No stage yet has proven to be too big for him, and you can count Tom Brady as a believer. Brady told me earlier this week that because of where they're from and the fact that the NFL fraternity is so small amongst the quarterbacks, he's been following Goff's career for a while now. He's been impressed with his play all year, but most especially by the mental toughness he showed winning on the road in the playoffs in New Orleans. High praise for a quarterback who's reached the Super Bowl faster than any QB drafted #1 overall in NFL history. For more on Goff, let's send it out to our quarterback, Kurt Warner.
Thanks a lot, Omar. Now, people say that defense wins championships. Well, if that's true, then I'm a firm believer that offense gets you to the doorstep. My latest evidence is the fact that the Los Angeles Rams are vying for their first title in almost 2 decades, led by a young quarterback and, of course, the NFL's newest offensive genius. I caught up with Jared Goff and Sean McVay recently to find out how they've taken the league by storm.
26-23, it's over. LA will play for the Lombardi.
Well, congratulations to both of you on an incredible season, so I commend you for that. But what I really came here for was to have you break down some film for me.
Goff will go under center, fakes a handoff to Gurley, sets his feet. He launches left side, caught by Robert Woods, leaping at the 20.
Here's a good one for you. This is good. This is good job by Jared right here. You know, when the hook player steps up here, he doesn't know is it play action or not. Here's your Mike run through, and then Robert just keeps working. It's a great job, great protection, and a big time explosive that led to a scoring drive right here for us. You've seen him do that a lot this year.
Goff under center immediately, turns left shoulder, fakes to Gurley, wings one over the middle, caught inside the pinned by a diving Robert Woods. He gets to his feet and is tripped up by Eric Murray.
I'm a firm believer in quarterbacks' eyes, right? Guys that are moving their head fast and looking at a lot of different things don't know what they're looking at. But I just noticed on this play right here, how you peek back there. You see that? It is awesome. Just talk me through it. What?
Making sure that guy, I'm making sure 53 attaches to the back there. I'm making sure there's no one in that area. Really just peeking it real quick and knowing where my problems are. And
I love it. And based off of where the safety was, you had a good indication that Robert was going to make that.
I didn't think he would cross him up that bad, so that's why I threw it flatter than I wanted to. If I could have done it again, I would have thrown him a little bit more down the field and thrown him in the end zone. But yeah, he ran a great route, crossed him up, and I pulled him down flat a little bit too much.
This is what I think has really helped, especially even just as this season has evolved, just that consistent mental toughness, being unfazed, whether it be throwing for 500 and 5 touchdowns, or if there's a couple plays that we want back, he's unaffected and he's learning from everything.
All right, so checking on Jared Goff's numbers in relation to yours, Kurt, back in the day when you were last in the Super Bowl. Remarkably, those numbers on the left were good enough for being the MVP of the entire league. Now, you know, he's further down the list in terms of wins, and obviously when you were last in the Super Bowl in terms of yards and what have you. But when you see Goff confident hit that back foot and rip it, and that he's such a good quarterback. He really, really is. So no doubt. And that third down throw that he made to lead the team down the field to get that game tire, it was amazing in the NFC Championship game. What advice would you have for him? Obviously, there's going to be some jitters today.
Well, no question about it. And the first thing you say is you have to weather the storms. But I think they learned that in the NFC Championship, like you said, down 13 points. So what I'd really say is be you. Just be you. I think so many guys get to this stage and they feel like, I got to play better. I got to do more for my team than I've done all year long. We just showed the numbers. Just do what you've done all year. Weather those storms, make the plays you're supposed to make, and you're going to find yourself where you want to be at the end of the day. Don't press. Don't try to be too much in this type of game, because I think a lot of guys can do that. Feel like it's all on their shoulders and try to press it a little bit.
Well, obviously having a dynamic running game developed today would be huge for him and the Rams, and we'll discuss that throughout our 8.5-hour edition of NFL Game Day Morning that we're almost through our first hour with. Earlier this week in Atlanta, the winner was announced for the Pepsi Rookie of the Year, and it was Saquon. Saquon Barkley led the league with 2,028 scrimmage yards and joined Eric Dickerson and Edgerrin James as the only rookies in NFL history with at least 2K yards in that department. All right, our hurry-up offense here on Super Sunday in this beautiful stadium. I want to go out on that logo shortly and take a picture straight up. I mean, that roof is something else.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Good thing they're sold literally everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry, Reese's.
Heartburn and gas? Fight both fast. Tums Chewy Bites with Gas Relief. All-in-one relief of heartburn and gas. Tums Chewy Bites with Gas Relief.
Rated M for mature.
1 hour pickup order?
Got it.
Ran out of ink and I have a big meeting today.
And 2 boxes of Twizzlers.
Yeah, for the team.
The team?
Go team.
Order online, pick up in an hour. And now save big at the Buy 2 Get 1 free event at Office Depot Office Max.
Friction points. Those obstacles that limit a company's growth. I try to find companies that turn these challenges into opportunities. But by going out in the field and meeting management, suppliers, competitors, in the end, it's these unique companies with creative business models that will generate value for our investors. That's why I go beyond the numbers.
At Simple Truth, we believe the natural and organic foods that make you feel good should be free from artificial preservatives and ingredients, free from GMOs, and free from things you can't pronounce. We believe these foods should be sourced responsibly And free from high prices, too. That's why, at Simple Truth, we're proud of our foods. And we're proud of what's not in them.
It's a good day to be alive.
Saturday, NFL Network presents the most memorable recent Super Bowls.
He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Relive the moments.
Intercepted at the goal line. How in the world did he do that? Santonio with a touchdown.
And the champions etched in our minds forever.
Ray Lewis goes out a champion.
Back to back.
A touchdown and a title for the Patriots.
The Super Bowl Classics Marathon starts Saturday at 10, only on NFL Network.
It's a force more powerful than armies, than walls or chains, than fear or bigotry or hate. It has conquered land and sea, vanquished ignorance and intolerance, and expanded our horizons. It has driven the greatest minds in history to solve the mysteries of science and culture and religion. It's a fire burning within each of us, with unlimited potential to take us further, push us higher, and bring us closer to understanding the simple truths that bind us all.
All right, it's a cloudy day out there here in Atlanta. It was raining earlier. It might be raining throughout the day, so the roof is still closed here in the home of Super Bowl 53. It's time for Hurry Up Offense, presented by our friends at Audi. All right, 60 Super Bowl Sunday seconds on the clock, please. Steve, you're first up.
Okay.
3 of the Patriots' 5 Super Bowl wins have been by exactly 3 points. Will they win by more than that tonight?
No.
Okay. Kurt, the last 3 Super Bowls have averaged 57 points per game, more or less than that tonight.
I'm going to say more than that tonight.
The team that scores first, Michael, is 35-17 in the Super Bowl. Which team will score first tonight?
The Rams.
Mooch, Ty Law had a pick 6 off of Kurt in Super Bowl 36. Will there be a defensive touchdown tonight?
No, that only happens against Kurt.
Kurt, 29 Super Bowls, 299 Super Bowl MVPs have been awarded to quarterbacks. Will a QB win one tonight?
No, not going to be a QB.
Michael, James White has scored 4 touchdowns over the last 2 Super Bowls. Will he hit pay dirt tonight?
He's a St. Thomas Raiders.
Yes, he Mooch, Tom Brady hasn't been sacked yet this postseason. Will Aaron Donald sack him?
Oh, yeah, he gets him once.
Kurt, Jared Goff has just 7 passing touchdowns over his last 7 games. Will he have at least 2 tonight?
I say yes, he has 2.
And Michael, Gronk averages 70 receiving yards per game in the Super Bowl, more or less than that tonight.
Pitchless.
Okay, those are some interesting questions right there that I'm sure communicated some information to some of our viewers. Was that an artful way of describing that version of
Got to bring up first pick, huh?
Up next, it's Super Bowl Sunday and the stakes are high. Our guys reveal what storylines they're following on football's biggest night. Plus,
we keep staying locked in, everybody playing together. If we keep doing that, playing our game, we'll be fine.
Aaron Donald and the Rams D talk about what it'll take to get the GOAT on the ground. And
he doesn't even predict it. He said, I guarantee.
We guarantee you're going to want to see this. A special 50-year look back at the greatest upset in Super Bowl history. It's all ahead on NFL Game Day Morning, presented by TurboTax Live.
You want the NFL? Go to the NFL. We will cover it every step of the way on NFL Total Access.
The people that we have on the show bring interesting perspectives to the table.
We have guys who have Super Bowl championships and gold jackets from the Hall of Fame, just talking football.
I think people are craving authenticity. We get a chance to really go straight to the source. And it's that access that's so exciting and makes this show so fun.
Wherever the story goes, we will take you.
My experience with USA Air has been excellent. They really appreciate the military family, and it really shows.
With all that USAA offers, why go with anybody else? We know their rates are good. We know that they're always going to take care of us.
It was an instant savings, and I should have changed a long time ago.
It was funny because when we would call another insurance company, they would say, oh, we can't be USAA.
We're the Weber family.
We're the Tennies.
We're the Hells, and we're USAA members for life.
Get your USAA auto insurance quote today.
To be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best to make you everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop. Does this sound dismal? It isn't. It's the most wonderful life on earth.
When was the last time you lived on the edge? Castrol Edge. Live on the edge.
It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
Pizza Hut in the NFL. We're the perfect team on game day. We go together like Goff and Gurley.
That one looks like a bunny. That one looks like pizza. Man, you think everything looks like pizza. Pizza's dope.
Order a large pizza for $7.99 now.
How do you win at business? Stay at La Quinta, where we're changing with stylish makeovers. And remember, when the big cheese enters, be the button pusher, because leaders know the right buttons to push. Start winning today. Book now at LQ.com.
I got a million ways to get it. Choose one. Choose one. Hey, bring it back, bring it back. Now double your money and make it stack.
This ride has no resolution. There's no finish line. No end goal. No award ceremony. So ask yourself, how far will you go with nothing holding you back? Peloton. So ask yourself, how far will you go?
This is Atlanta, a city that is purely,
undeniably,
quintessentially
ahead of its time.
This is Atlanta.
This is Atlanta.
Nurtured by Southern hospitality.
Built by Southern ingenuity.
Where there's swagger in our substance. And substance in our swagger.
This is ATL.
The A sharp.
Where the rhythms of the city
can be heard and in music that has influenced a culture.
The birthplace of a movement that changed the world.
Woven into the fabric of this great American city
has been the everlasting bond of sports. Atlanta, a place where countless stories have been authored on our fields of play. None more so than the gridiron.
where legendary games, larger-than-life stars,
He walked the walk and scored the touchdown.
and iconic moments have captured the collective imagination.
Tennessee comes up 1 yard short.
And now,
the Gate City of the South
serves as the gateway for two teams.
Touchdown, Patriots! It never gets old. Donald gets there immediately. The Coliseum erupts.
One young and ascending.
We'll be great right here.
The other, seasoned and accomplished.
Tonight we play for each other one more time.
Both reflections of the city that hosts them.
forced by fire.
Too busy to hate.
Where common goals highlight our commonality.
Where what unites us is greater than what divides us.
Where we work to overcome every challenge.
Broken through every barrier.
Pocket trembling, he's sacked.
And found a way to rise up and meet our greatest hopes.
Goff with the dive. Touchdown, LA.
This is a place
Where we're more than our style.
where we're more than our history.
We are the fulfillment of our dreams.
So Patriots.
Way to go, baby! And wham!
Don't play with me.
This right here, this is Atlanta.
Welcome.
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 Welcome to the grandest stage in American sport.
Super Bowl Sunday, baby.
Welcome to Atlanta.
It's tremendous. You can't see that enough, and we're going to see it a lot more because we're in just hour number 2 of our 8.5-hour edition of NFL Game Day morning on a Super Sunday, where Super Bowl 53 is going to go down on this turf. Maroon 5, as you can hear the dulcet tones of Maroon 5 coming in. They will be performing halftime tonight, among others. And if you've just joined us, welcome. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Time right here in Atlanta, also the same time zone as the Patriots. It's now 7 a.m. in Los Angeles, California, where Rams fans are waking up.
Rise and
on
shine.
a Super Sunday, getting set to hopefully watch the Lombardi Trophy being brought back to Los Angeles, California, where it's never been. I mean, this could be a very, very big day. So, Steve Mariucci, here we go. Sunday storylines on a Super Sunday is
well, Rich, history will be made today. We talk about coaches. Well, if Bill Belichick wins this, he will be the oldest coach ever to win a Super Bowl, surpassing Tom Coughlin at age 65. Bill will be 66. But if the Rams win, Sean McVay will be the youngest coach at 33 years old. There are players older than him today, but he will surpass a guy, maybe you're familiar with it, Kurt, named Mike Tomlin. He was 36 years old in Super Bowl 43. Who is he playing against?
Oh, boy.
There it is. Okay. You know what?
I knew this play somehow, some way was going to make its way into the show.
The youngest coach ever to win a Super Bowl. You got to...
Oh, my word. That has nothing to do with coaching.
Then Mike Tomlin, I'm really sorry to have to do that, but that was awesome, man.
Are you really sorry you had to do that?
No,
I mean, really.
What's your storyline?
Well, I tell you what, 17 years ago on this exact day, there was a young 24-year-old quarterback that came into the Super Bowl and facing a possible dynasty, and we all know the story of Tom Brady. February 3rd, 2002 will always be remembered as the day the GOAT was born. Well, today we've got a 24-year-old quarterback that's going to be playing against that GOAT, playing against the dynasty of the New England Patriots, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. A lot riding on this for both guys, but will this be the day that the next chapter is written for Jared Goff, where he takes down the GOAT and maybe it propels him to another place in his career or takes him to an eventual place where we're talking about him 17 years from now playing in another Super Bowl. So you talked about the young coach and the old coach. I'm talking about the young quarterback and the old quarterback, both with something huge to play for.
Yeah, and it's amazing, too, that just to play off of what you said before you hop in, Irv, that you will always say if Goff wins it tonight, right? You say to him, hey, soak it in because you never know when you're going to get back. Right. Mm-hmm. If you'd said that to Brady that night, he's been back 8 more times now.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible. That is unbelievable. But you guys are going age and youth. I'm going to go youth and youth. Coach, how old did you say McVay is?
33.
33 years old. On the other end, he's going up against the young man, Brian Flores, who's about to be the head coach for the Miami Dolphins and the defensive coordinator for the Patriots. And I'm telling you, if this man can come in and stop this young genius, because that's what the league has dubbed him, Sean McVay, the young genius, and this fad that everybody wants the next Sean McVay, maybe he can stake a flag in the ground for 2 things: for defensive coordinators and getting their job, and getting head coaching jobs, but also for African Americans, because out of the 8 coaches, 5 were African Americans that lost their jobs last year, and he's the only African American that got a new job. So I hate to put that kind of pressure on him, but the reality is that pressure's on him. He can make a claim today.
And obviously he's going to stay in division.
Right.
Brian Flores, the head coach of the Dolphins, and then Zach Taylor, who's the quarterback's coach on the other sideline, is going to be the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals as of the end of this game as well. It's just many different storylines obviously playing out. Aditi Kinkhabwala is with the Patriots outside of their team hotel here in Atlanta. Aditi?
And Rich, it's a hotel that is definitely waking up. We're seeing quite a bit more activity.
Player personnel director Nick Caserio was just out pushing a stroller. We saw Brian Flores in the lobby handing out lanyards. And Julian Edelman just came back in after about a 45-minute workout. We saw him leave with a football, a bucket of equipment. Edelman, of course, is Tom Brady's favorite pass catcher. Brady has thrown a playoff pass to 65 different receivers. Edelman is atop the list. We've talked a bit this week about their bromance. But wide receiver Philip Dorsett told me there's nothing mystical about it. He said Jules just does everything that Tom does. Now let's go to Omar Ruiz, who's with the Rams.
Hey, Aditi, things picking up here too. Just saw Rams general manager Les Snead feeling confident about this day. With this nearly year 3 completed in the books for the Rams, return to Los Angeles and a fan base still very much growing. I asked Sean McVay earlier this week what a Super Bowl win would mean for that legacy in creating a new generation of fans. He told me they've already seen team's success can help galvanize the community after the tragic shootings and fires of the fall. The way the fan base came together to help support one another at one of the great regular season games of all time. That Monday night thrilling win over the Chiefs was a promising sign of things to come, especially with a new stadium on the horizon. As Rams receiver Robert Woods, who grew up in Los Angeles, went to high school, college, and now plays his pro ball there, said if he can make an impact like his idols, Shaq and Kobe, that would truly be legendary. And speaking of legends,
The mentality of the quarterback. Cash money throw. He is heating up. What a throw! Holy smokes, Tom Brady. He's fired up.
You need to worry about you and let me do what I do.
Brady's back! You'll never see another one like this one.
Greatest quarterback to play the game.
What you gonna do? Fight or run?
Let's go! We're going to our 4th Super Bowl in 5 years.
I call Tom Brady the GOAT.
Profile with a little flame.
What's up, GOAT?
Go.
Okay, a lot of goats there.
Remember Goat Boy, Jim Brewer?
Yes. I totally forgot about that until just now. Look
That's
at
why
that.
I'm here.
See, this is great.
What was that? I had no idea.
No, doesn't matter. We're going to talk about stopping the Patriots and the GOAT, Tom Brady. How did the Rams defense do it?
Well, whichever defensive lineman up front that gets singled up during this game, they just have to win, and they have to win fast because Tom Brady gets the ball out faster than any quarterback in the National Football League. And to me, it's going to come down to Ndamukong Suh. We talked about it earlier. He's had probably his 2 best games of his career in the playoffs. We need, or not we, but the Rams need this guy to win and fast. I mean, Tom Brady only completes 50% of his passes when he gets pressure from the interior, and he only has a 63 passer rating when he has pressure from the interior through this season and through the playoffs. So to me, it seems like the formula to beat Tom Brady, as we all know, is to get quick pressure right through the middle of that pocket to get him off of it.
Get quick pressure, you got to make Brady feel you. You got to rattle him. You got to get him off his spots. You have to make sure that when you walk past him, you just kind of give him a little shove, a little love tap to let him know. Since 2006, when the quarterback hits have been tracked, Tom Brady's 11-2 when hit fewer than 5 times, but 8-7 when he's hit at least 5 times. So what does that tell me? That tells me you have to get him uncomfortable, because if he could just sit back there and throw the ball without worrying about anything, that is not good for the opposing team, because he will get comfortable. He will start to go to work on you. He will start to sometimes they go touchdown to check down. He'll start looking at the check down. He'll say, what the hell with that? I'm going to go for the touchdown. You don't want to get a Tom Brady comfortable.
As
you want
always,
to get them uncomfortable.
And as always, the back end's going to have to help with that. They're going to have to cover long enough for those guys to get home. And in the AFC Championship game, we saw something that you heard Aditi Kinkabwala talking about Tom Brady and Julian Edelman. We saw something that they go to very often, which is the motion to allow Edelman to free up. And then watch the confusion. No communication there, and Kendall Fuller got spun because those 2 guys didn't know who was taking who. I talked to Aqib Talib earlier in the week about this. He says, well, it depends on the coverage call, which means zone or man, but you've got to communicate, and they feel really good
ability to communicate, especially with Talib back there. Remember when he was out earlier in the season, there was a lot of confusion on the back end, particularly on that long touchdown that the Saints had earlier in the season. So communication, huge in that
Mike
game.
Robbie, you usually have the X.
I know, man.
Look at him.
Jeezy out there doing his thing.
He's
Listen,
got
I
some tape
appreciate
to
you. I must
show
be
you.
rubbing off on you, man. It's all good.
You're absolutely rubbing off on me in more ways than one, my friend. But Talib told me, so I said I had to go find it, found it on the tape. They documented.
But again, what you just
not quite right. His surgical repaired knee from a couple of years ago has limited him at various points this season. I talked to running backs coach Skip Pete earlier in the week, who said he actually told Gurley the workload you had before you on that long touchdown. We took a little break week 16 and 17. You can't do that anymore. They do expect there to be a little bit of a sharing of the carries between C.J. Anderson, who of course really has impressed since he was signed late in the season, and Todd Gurley for a couple reasons. The focus for Gurley is keeping him healthy and fresh. His cardio is not quite what it has been. They want him to look sharp when he's on the field, so he will split carries, Colleen, with C.J. Anderson to make sure that that happens.
All right, we'll see what happens today. Tons still to come here. Oh, wow. Look at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The fans, soon enough, they'll be showing up, getting ready for the big game today. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up.
You know, you got a coach like that. It just make my job easy.
Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh, and the Rams defense open up about their Super Bowl run and the coach that guides them. And we guarantee you'll love this. We're revisiting the greatest upset in Super Bowl history 50 years later and give our guarantees for tonight's game. That's next on NFL Game Day Morning, presented by TurboTax Live.
Una mesa para dos personas.
So again, using para, you're talking about something that is for someone.
Quisiera una mesa para la cena.
Pretty good. Could listening to Audible inspire you to start something new? Download Audible and listen for a change.
The championship game is finally here, and we're making it bigger than your Sunday night bowl of queso, because there's a new way to get skin in the game. The DraftKings Championship Millionaire. It packs all of the intensity of fantasy into just one game. Plus, when you sign up and make your first deposit, you can play free with promo code GAME. So don't wait. There's still time to play free for the $1 million top prize and crank the championship game all the way up. DraftKings, the game inside the game.
I work in construction, but my company had cutbacks, so I got laid off. To make ends meet, I missed a few car insurance payments. When I got rehired, I called my old insurance company, but they wouldn't take me back. So I called the General. They'll cover drivers that other insurance companies won't. 10 minutes later, I had the exact coverage I needed at a great price. I even picked my payment due date. Let the General make life easier. Call 800-GENERAL or go to thegeneral.com.
Do humans like overpaying with Verizon? Don't they know they can get the 3rd, 4th, and 5th lines free with Sprint?
Yeah, that means Sprint's unlimited plan gives you 5 lines for just $20 per month per line.
Really? Yes, and you can save more than $1,000 over Verizon and AT&T with Sprint.
No way.
Robots don't lie. The man in the mom jeans is correct.
Switch today and get 5 lines for just $20 per month per line. See how you can save more than $1,000 in the first year with Sprint.
5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to Game Day Prime.
The Super Bowl. Everything you want to see.
What a play! Touchdown Patriots!
Looking for the long ball.
What a catch! Oh, wow!
Those are critical moments.
So happy to be here with Hall of Famers.
This is the world's largest sporting event. Yeah! If you ball, you get the call. What's up, baby? That's nerve, and that's guts.
Frank Thomas, a.k.a. the Big Hurt, used to keep pretty busy on the baseball field, but now he's busier than ever.
After I turned 40, it wasn't easy to keep up. Everything changed. My energy, my drive.
Then I found Nugenix Total T.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text FORCE to 369369. From the brand that brought you GNC's #1 vitality product, new Nugenix Total T helps provide even more energy, performance, testosterone, and muscle-boosting ingredients for even better results.
She'll like a difference, too.
Text FORCE now to 369369 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix. Samples are not available in stores, so text FORCE now to 369369.
With Nugenix, 40 was just another number because I'm not about to slow down.
Your complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
NFL Game Day Morning is brought to you by Verizon. The best unlimited is on Verizon, America's most awarded network.
3 years ago, we celebrated the 50th season of the Super Bowl. Golden footballs all around in the weeks and months prior to the Broncos eventually beating the Panthers in Super Bowl 50. And 3 years later, it's time to celebrate perhaps the Super Bowl's first memorable, enduring moment. The famed Joe Namath guarantee in Super Bowl III, one that Joe and the Jets backed up by beating the Colts and letting the world not only know that the AFL was there to stay, but the championship game, newly renamed as the Super Bowl, would indeed live up to its name. Here's Mark Kriegel.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the greatest show in sports.
One play, touchdown!
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing.
Well, you've all read and heard all kinds of pregame dope during the week. I think one big sidelight has been Joe Namath.
It wasn't a great game. I mean, if you look at the box score, it wasn't even good. But it changed everything. A portal between what was and what is today.
You have to realize that the first two Super Bowls had been very one-sided. And people were saying the merger was a mistake. The AFL would never win a Super Bowl.
It wasn't just leagues that were merged, but commerce and culture, sports and spectacle. All personified in a gimpy-kneed quarterback and his boozy guarantee.
The established NFL was very much your father's NFL. And here was Joe Willing. He was definitely our generation, you know, Broadway Joe.
The year before, Paul Simon asked, "Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio?" Maybe, in a way refracted through the lens of a still young medium, he emerged as Joe Namath. Consecrated by television, blessed by Madison Avenue, a template for all those who'd follow. Behold the first media day. Turned out it wasn't an athlete America wanted so much as a leading man.
This was delivered.
The New York Jets are the world champions. Joe Namath has been named the most valuable player of this game, and rightly so.
So, what's changed? Well, first, there's a shortage of guarantees. The bigger the game, the less they're apt to say.
You got to have confidence in your team, you got to have confidence in yourself, and if you don't have that confidence, you can't play football.
Nothing was as important to the growth of the game as Broadway Joe Namath followed through with the greatest upset, and the Super Bowl was on it.
Half a century later, Joe's grown old and modest, but remains a source of awe for those who came of age with the Super Bowl. A generation that learned how little in life is guaranteed.
And then 50 years later, that trophy is going to be handed out to the Rams or Patriots tonight. And just speaking on behalf of being a New Yorker, a native New Yorker, anytime Joe Namath just appears, it's an absolute delight. It just lights you up. I wasn't even born when that happened, but I was born into an era in New York where that guy was the man, and he still is. And last night I saw him. I just couldn't control myself when I saw him at the honors last night.
He's a good dude.
I can't wait to print this out, and that's going to go on a wall forever.
And his personality is just as big now as it was, half a century ago.
Oh my gosh!
You weren't born, but I was, and I was just 12 years old, and I'm going, this is awesome.
I thought you were coaching in that game.
Nice.
Stop.
So in honor of the 50th anniversary of the guarantee. Make a guarantee on
we have guarantees.
Tonight's Super Bowl. This is kind of like a reverse engineered bold prediction. But go ahead, Steve. Go for it.
You know Julian Edelman?
I know of him, yes.
He didn't even play in the playoffs last year. He was hurt all season, right? But he's got 12 playoff games with 5 or more receptions, okay? It's like, okay, fine. So not only will I guarantee he has more than 5 and 45 yards, the point is here, he is going to leapfrog a certain guy on this set over there for second place all time in yardage in the playoffs. Mike, I guarantee you are going to be third in receiving yards after this game's over because Edelman is going to leapfrog you. I guarantee it.
Well, on your behalf, Michael, that is a weak guarantee. That's 5 catches and 45. That's a weak guarantee. Okay, so
that coach is looking at you.
He knows. I
wanted to smash one of Michael's records. Okay.
Well, 3 years ago, I held the top 3 passing yardage records in the Super Bowl, and then inevitably every year at this time, Mooch smashes one of those records. The lowest one is 365. You see at the bottom of the board. Well, over the last 2 years, that 365 has been beaten 3 times. 3 times, 2 by Tom Brady and obviously Nick Foles last year. So my guarantee is that today, nobody is smashing any of those records today. I guarantee neither quarterback will throw for over 365 yards today.
And I love when a guy that's a hard worker, not the most physically gifted guy, gets any record.
Last year. So my guarantee is
really
that today,
preaching the same song about hard work.
But I want to go and talk about tight ends. I guarantee neither quarterback will throw for over 365 yards
most
today.
he's ever caught in a game in 2018. Rob Gronkowski caught 6 receptions in the AFC Championship game. Gronk is one of the greatest tight ends this game has ever seen. But I guarantee you this day, right here, this Sunday, this Super Bowl Sunday, that Jared Everett will catch more passes than the great Rob Gronkowski.
Just leave it to a New Yorker and a long-time Namath Jet fan to do this the proper way. The Rams are winning tonight. They are winning tonight over the Patriots because I predicted it back on our season preview show the day after Labor Day. Okay? That's the way it's done. As Joe, did you not hear the piece Joe said back in his day? You have to be confident in yourself and back it up. That's me personified on this set.
It's gonna be a long one.
Roll your break.
Still to come. If you want to beat Tom Brady, you gotta put pressure on him.
He's hit, fumbled it, and he fumbles the football, and the Eagles have it.
Mooch knows how, and Dominic Sue can get the goat tonight. Plus,
Gronkowski brings it down in traffic. Gurley was 6.
We'll tell you which offense has the better playmakers. Next.
Right now at IHOP, order any breakfast combo, and we'll throw in all-you-can-eat pancakes. So break out your all-you-can-eat silverware. All-you-can-eat pancakes with any breakfast combo, or just get all-you-can-eat pancakes for $4.99 at IHOP.
Fire it up!
Duralast, proven tough so you can plow through winter, and only at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination.
Scribe, take this down. For far too long, people have been left to wonder what ingredients are in their beer. As your leader, make that handsome leader, I shall put an ingredients label on every case of Bud Light. This way the people will be sure that the kingdom's favorite lightest lager is brewed with the finest ingredients. That was really great. Did you get that?
Oh, was I supposed to be writing that down? I was drawing this.
Introducing our new ingredients label, coming in February.
I'm a bunch of wind, and just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi,
well, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate.
What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous.
I do.
And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Lowe's knows you're a team who does remodeling right. We do it right too, with stylish collections that pull it all together, so you can rethink your bathroom without rethinking your budget. Now get up to 35% off select bath faucets. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Introducing the all-new Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery.
Lease the 2019 ES350 for $399 a month budget.
Lexus dealer.
How do you win at business? Stay at La Quinta.
Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. Every feeling. A product of mastery.
It's the 2019 ES350 for $399 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
How do you win at business? Stay at La Quinta, where we're changing with stylish makeovers. Here's another tip. Power ties might be passé, but power socks, touché. Start winning today. Book now at LQ.com.
Kick off the new year with a new iPhone XR included for just $40 only from T-Mobile. It's perfect for all those New Year, New You selfies. So bring your family to T-Mobile. The amazing iPhone XR included for just $40 per line.
All February, NFL Network is celebrating Black History Month.
In football, we can provide a channel for young men to come in and be a part of something special.
These major schools, they had so much. We didn't have all that.
I traveled a road that was less traveled to get where I had to get.
These are guys that changed the way football was played.
Believe it, and it will happen.
NFL Network's celebration of Black History Month.